A new Research 2000 poll conducted for Daily Kos shows a combined total of 58% of Republicans either don't believe the president was born in the U.S. or aren't sure whether or not he was. 58% don't know or think he wasn't. Joining us now is Ana Marie Cox, national correspondent for Air America and Playboy contributor. You're better with the eyebrow than I am. Hi, Ana Marie. Very nice to see you.
Always good to see you, Rachel.
Should we be making fun of this, or given how many people are buying into it, is the sort of thing that we should be totally sober and serious and debunking about?
I think we have to be making fun of it. I think satire is actually a pretty serious weapon. And just because you're making fun of something, Rachel, doesn't mean you don't also take it seriously. I think in some ways the stuff that's going on underneath the surface of the birther phenomenon is actually pretty deadly serious, and we should be talking about it. That doesn't mean they're not ridiculous and their claims aren't ridiculous. It just means that when we talk about it, not only should we mock it and mock it with all the full-throated glory that we can, teabag away at it, if you will, but we actually should also be addressing the factual errors and whatnot. You don't have to do one or the other. I'm a firm believer in both mocking and debunking at the same time.
I am as well. But what do you think is the sort of the darker reality and the darker implications of this? What do you think is the more serious stuff that lurks underneath the surface here?
Well, it goes back into a very, very, very dark and very ugly sort of strain in American history, which is the attempts to sort of de-person black people and to treat them as something as less than full people, less than full humans. I think that you are probably very familiar with the fact that this is not the first time that people have raised questions about a presidential candidate or a president's origin. John McCain faced some questions over having been born in the Panama Canal Zone. Those never went very far, and it's really hard not to notice that there's one major difference between these two allegations, and that is that one of the people they're talking about is black. And I think that there's no way to talk about the birther phenomenon without talking about that, without talking about this history of thinking of one type of person who has a certain color of skin as inherently American, and that people who don't have that color of skin are somehow suspect.
Ana Marie Cox, national correspondent for Air America, contributor to Playboy magazine. This topic, I think, deserves much more discussion. I look forward to much more of it with you. Thanks for coming on the show.
And much more mocking.
Yes, indeed. Always. Thanks.